This is TWiT.
None of us were in Barcelona over the weekend, much as I would have loved to, but that's what happened with Mobile World Congress. Microsoft announced its new HoloLens 2 and finally just gave up on the idea of making it a consumer product and said, nah, it's all about business. And I had an insight earlier today on Windows Weekly that I think I'm just thick, but as a tech guy, I kind of think about the gadgets, the products, the shiny stuff, and less about the backbone. And what I realized is this HoloLens 2 announcement was really put it in high relief for me, is Microsoft makes these things not because they want to sell these things, Surface, HoloLens, even Xbox. It's not so much about those products. Yeah, sure, they make some money on them. But really what Microsoft is, and they've never changed since day one, was a platform company. The platform used to be Windows. When Satya Nadella, their new CEO, came along 5 years ago, he said, you know, this Windows desktop operating systems don't have that much of a future. You know what has a future? The cloud. And he said that our new platform is the cloud, is Azure. And now, if I contextualize it there, HoloLens makes a lot of sense because all throughout the demo, they're talking about the enterprise uses of it, which require Azure and Dynamics 365, their enterprise business platform. And then suddenly, oh, it all kind of makes sense to me that that's really what HoloLens is all about. In fact, they really established how open it is because they showed one person wearing the HoloLens visor. It's an augmented reality visor, and he's working on an engine. And somebody else is using an iPad to see the same thing, which Microsoft would never have said that in the past. But it's really a platform for them. So I think that's really an interesting, to me, that's an important insight because it tells us why Microsoft does what they do. And
well, and it's, in addition to being a platform for it's an AR platform. It's not just a platform for heads-up displays, right?
Right.
So if you think about it across a number of devices, they're just trying to figure out what do people want to do with it? What kind of software designs do we need to think about? How will people interact with it?
Absolutely. But they realize that ultimately, whatever the design is, however people use it, it will all hook up to their platform, which is Azure, right? And they showed a conferencing thing that, uses Azure. They showed remote, telemedicine. I mean, it's all Azure based. It's all in the cloud, and that's really what they're selling.
That's the difference between a company like Microsoft and the other ones. It's not about viral. It's about legacy. It's about who's going to be here, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and that's the type of thinking you got to have, and not worry about the big hit right now. So it's going to stick around.
As we know, platform is kind of a nice play. Microsoft got really big by creating a platform that other people used. And somebody once asked Bill Gates, well, you didn't really get extract the maximum profit you could have out of Windows. A lot of other people made money on Windows. He said, actually, that's the measure of a platform, that the partners make more money than the platform creator. But the good news is the platform creator gets a chunk of all of that.
Yep.
And the reason I've been thinking about it is because Apple, which was a device maker and made all its money on devices, is faced with this issue going forward that their sales are slowing down and they don't have the next big thing. And they're doing the same thing. They're suddenly pivoting to the cloud. They're saying the future, don't pay attention to device sales anymore. The future is revenue per customer based on their use of our services. And services is really just another word for cloud. And that kind of all makes sense to me.